Hello, everybody. My name is Darryl White, and I'm the Workforce Development Officer for the youth work sector in Wales. And I just wanted to hop onto YouTube to give my vlog of the year. I have also done a written piece, although not everyone has the time to read, a couple of pages of me sort of harping on about workforce development. So decided to do a bit of a video so you can put it on in the background, you can listen to it, which might be slightly easier than reading a few pages of me. I just wanted to take the opportunity to reflect on 3 years. I know 3 years of being in post as the Workforce Development Officer for the youth work sector in Wales, and it doesn't feel that long ago, and prior to those roles I was front facing youth worker, also a manager as well. And it's been an absolute privilege. I think one of the biggest privileges of this job is to work with such incredible people. So all across the sort of strategic network of workforce development and youth work across Wales, one of the things that really strikes me is how passionate people are about youth work and about young people as well. And I think we all want to do what's best as well. Also, we get a really good opportunity to speak to practitioners on the ground who are working with young people all across Wales in different parts of the sectors as well. You might see me scrolling because what I'm going to be doing is basically reading off some of the paragraphs from the written blog that I've written. But ultimately, one of the things that has struck me over the past year is seeing workforce development just grow and grow, and I think that's proven in the numbers that we're seeing on our training and learning opportunities across the sector. When I first started post, 2023, when we put some training out, what you would find is you would spend a lot of time promoting certain training opportunities. It would take quite a bit of effort because people had not heard of the sort of, free training and all that type of stuff that we had going on. And I think now when we put training on, it sort of sells itself. As soon as I put it onto Eventbrite, people have notifications within their mailboxes instantly. And what we found in 2023 and 2024 and some parts of 2025 is that we reliant on strategic leaders and managers all across the sector to pass on information to their workforce. And I appreciate, from a leadership and management perspective, they haven't got time to be sending emails. And sometimes as a manager, you're also there to filter, what your workforce receives in their inbox. So what we try to do is to make it easier for practitioners across Wales to have access to the funded training direct to their inboxes. They also get, you can also get notifications through Eventbrite, which is really handy. We also have a WhatsApp service as well, and we've got quite a few social media channels. And what I will do is I'll make sure that the link to all our social media will be in the description of where you're watching this too. And please, if you're watching or listening, I'd encourage you to follow us, like our pages where possible, because what you will have is instant notifications on some exciting projects that we've got coming through the year. But I think one of the things that it's been really, really good is the amount of people achieving qualifications, gaining confidence within their work practice as well. One of the things I really want to celebrate is the Youth Work Training Academy. Now, the Youth Work Training Academy is ultimately, it's youth workers delivering to other youth workers. And we've had some opportunities for people to gain their level 2 and their level 3 in youth work. So that's the level 2 awards in youth work principles, the level 3 certificate in youth work practice as well. And what we try to do within the Youth Work Training Academy is offer some differences and alternatives to the way in which qualification delivery is done here in Wales. So one of the things that I'm very proud to say is that we recently had an EQA visit. So Agored Cymru give each centre an external quality assurer, and our quality assurer looked at our work, our processes, the way in which I manage the Youth Work Training Academy as a centre, the way in which our IQAs, internally IQA the work, our assessors work, and then the learners work as well. Really delighted to share that we haven't had any development points from that. Although we haven't had the full report, I'll look forward to reading that when it comes out. But I think, having no development points is a huge testament to those who really believed in the Youth Work Training Academy and helped us to do that as well. But I suppose alongside traditional delivery, what we've tried to do as much as possible is to consult with the sector as much as possible in terms of what the training and learning needs are. The previous training and learning needs survey that we had was sort of split into two. So what do you need to be able to best work with young people? Secondly is, what do you want in terms of your career progression? And we had some really good intelligence back from us. And we really hope that people can engage moving forward with these annual training and learn surveys, because it tells me and it tells others, leaders all across Wales, what we should be concentrating on to make your experience better with training and learning, to be able to support young people to the best of your ability. We've had significant progress in terms of, our sort of digital engagement as well. So what we're trying our best to do is to have regular newsletters or bulletins, social media posts, online learning platforms. So over the year, we're going to be spending a bit of time developing e-learning, getting some resources on our websites. We're also, as you know, some of you might know, trying to develop a series of podcasts on subjects or issues close to our hearts of youth workers. So we've done things around like mental health. We've done things around obviously youth work qualifications, youth homelessness, and we hope that it can continue as well. In terms of the strategic direction in which youth work and workforce development within youth work is going, so you might be aware that there was a Youth Work Strategy and Implementation Board chaired by Sharon Lovell from NIAS Cymru, and she's a fantastic chair and a fantastic person. But what that board did is their goal was to get to a point where it would be agreed for a national body for youth work. So the Cabinet Secretary at the time, Lynn Neagle, announced last year's Youth Work Week that there would be a national body and further work can continue for that to happen. So what happened then is in September of 2025, the implementation board sort of stopped because they've done their primary task, was just to get to a point where there would be a national body agreed by Welsh Government, which also meant then that all the IPG areas, IPGs as implementation participatory groups, and there was a number of those set up, and ultimately they all stopped as well because the board stopped as well. However, workforce development continued, albeit we had a bit of a rebrand and refresh of membership. We've had people stay with us and we've had some new members grow. We also had an opportunity to grow the strategic direction as well. So we've now got the workforce development group, whereas before it was called the Workforce Development IPG, the Workforce Development Implementation Participatory Group. We've kept it simple, we call it the Workforce Development Group. And in that group, we've got people from all across the sector in different areas of youth work. So we've got some from North Wales, Mid Wales, South Wales, or West Wales, from the voluntary sector, from the local authorities, from the higher education institutions, from further education institutions, you name it. We've got quite a few people on that group. But the group's designed to basically go through to work on the workforce development plan. The workforce development plan is a set of objectives over key areas across workforce development. To make this work easier to do, as part of the workforce development group, we also set up 4 subgroups associated with that. The one subgroup is training and learning. The other subgroup is scrutiny, funding and sustainability. The other one is leadership and management. And then the fourth one, the newest one, is promoting youth work as a career. And what that does is they all work together to make sure that the work of the workforce development plan actually happens. This year, we've got a really detailed workforce development delivery plan. And the delivery plan is to basically deliver on the objectives of the workforce development plan. But that delivery plan is much more in detail about how we're going to do it, our key performance indicators and our deliverables, timescales, everything. And what our aim is that each year we report on specifically how we have worked with the sector to implement some of the objectives on the workforce development plan. And the workforce development plan is both a strategic and aspirational document as well. So as I approach my 3rd anniversary in post, I find myself reflecting on not only what's been achieved, but also what is ahead of us as well. And, I know that there's still challenges to overcome, including recruitment of youth workers and youth support workers. Retention is also going to be a huge thing. Funding pressures, um, equitable access to professional development across the sector. And the workforce development plan's aims is to help reduce that. I don't think they'll ever be eradicated, and that's the same in every sector. However, in the past few years, if it's taught me anything, is that how resilient the youth work sector really, really is, and in finding solutions to help with these issues. So that's something that I massively have valued. I suppose, what does the future hold for workforce development for the youth work sector in Wales? Well, in my view, there's certainly no slowing down. If anything, we're going to be moving faster, working harder, with some real determination. And when I say we, I generally mean it we. It's not just me in my silo delivering some of the workforce development stuff. In fact, there's a lot of people that help make this happen. The training team within the Youth Work Training Academy, all the strategic people within the workforce development group, and the associated subgroups, and ETS as a committee. We all work together to make this happen. My job is to do some of the sort of day-to-day tasks to make it happen. However, it's all done in a collaborative, participatory way, and that's something that I am massively committed to keeping. In terms of the year ahead, we'll hopefully see more people join the training team to help us design, develop learning opportunities, and what that does is reflect the Academy's core ethos, which is youth workers learning with and from other youth workers. And I think that's something that really stands out with the Youth Work Training Academy, is that the Youth Work Training Academy learning opportunities is definitely within the youth work setting and the context. And the role of the Youth Work Training Academy is to be collaborative. So if, for instance, if we've got a specific training need or learning need within the sector, the role of the Training Academy is to bring people along to design, deliver these opportunities, regardless of where you're from. So you could be from the local authorities, or you could be from the voluntary sector. You could be from all across Wales. We want to use your expertise to be able to turn your expertise into some type of training or learning opportunities for youth workers, really drawing on your talent and using that collaborative approach. We've had some really good examples of that. So we had the leadership and management level 3s and 4s. Same with the youth homelessness level 3 and 4s. We held some webinars where different people from across the sector took a pillar of the 5 pillars. And we find this a really successful approach, and the feedback that we've had from people who've taken part has been very constructive and complimentary. What we had last year is 88% of people extremely satisfied with the work of the Youth Work Training Academy, and that's huge, isn't it? In terms of what we can look forward to, so within the Youth Work Training Academy, we'll be working on numerous things in a collaborative way to hopefully help the sector. One of the biggest things we've got coming up is Public Services and Youth Work Level 2, which can be delivered to young people age 14 plus, which is huge, because traditionally when we think about workforce development, we think about adults, but actually to promote youth work as a career and to really sell the point that youth work is a viable career option to young people when they're making their career choices, we're hoping to use this particular course to deliver to young people, whether they're in alternative education or whether they're looking to volunteer, so they get a flavour of what youth work is, what it isn't, and how it can be a really beneficial career moving forward. And the training team have worked solidly in developing the materials. We've actually done a really successful pilot with this particular unit to a group of young people and volunteers, and so far the work has been absolutely outstanding, and that's part of our efforts to promote youth work as a career. But what you can also look forward to from our training team, we have planned to do some sessions around harmful sexual behaviour, working in partnership with the Brook charity around their traffic light toolkit, which is a fantastic toolkit if you're working with young people to use the traffic light system when identifying what is okay and not okay. Also, we're going to be doing some work around supporting young people who are LGBT, experiencing poverty, misuse substances, provision within the youth work setting and context, supporting young people who with disabilities or diverse learning needs. Also, we're doing some stuff around supporting young people with regards to SRE, so sexual health and relationships, education. All this will be delivered by the Youth Work Training Academy. And I think what will be really exciting is that actually this will be youth workers delivering to other youth workers in the youth work setting and context. And I think that is going to be such a fantastic offer to give to the sector. In addition, we'll be developing a series of learning and development sessions or events across Wales, and the main focus will be on sharing innovation, celebrating the achievements of workforce development within the sector, and importantly, I think for me, is creating a space for other youth workers to talk to other youth workers, which is such a significant part of learning and sharing experiences, and often very rare given that the role has significant demands. I'm really hoping that people can join us for those events to really reflect on the year, also reflect on some of the practices that they've done, share their innovation, and also you can go there to receive good ideas as well. So that's something that we're really looking forward to. But there is much more to come this year. You know, we're developing the level 7 leadership and management, which some people would have done. We've had 3 previous cohorts of this. This year, we're hoping that we will be able to include master's credits as part of that, which is huge, isn't it? And we're also developing a pilot on individual recognition on the postgraduate diploma for youth work. Ultimately, that's developing 3 studentships, funded studentships, where you'll be able to utilize your experience and prior learning in gaining a postgraduate diploma in youth work, which will enable you to register as a youth worker with the EWC and be a professionally JNC qualified youth worker, which is huge. And a degree is not always essential for that. It does recognize your previous experiences as well. We're also looking to develop a program around supervision and its context as well. And also we'll continue our efforts to ensuring that, you know, people can gain their assessor and IQA qualification to assess and quality assure qualifications as well. But lastly, one of the things we'll be doing is we'll be developing a program of events, sessions to promote youth work as a career. And that's something that's going to be fairly new to the sector, because we recognise that to be able to recruit youth workers, we ultimately need to get ahead of the game and show young people that youth work is an option that they can choose as part of their career. And it is a profession as well. And often it's not always seen like that. Only if you've been exposed to youth work, someone like me who has, but there's many people, young people that were never exposed to youth work. So in terms of youth work, I'm sure the workforce development, I'm sure the list will continue growing, as it will do. You know, that's youth work for you. You have your list, your priorities for the year, and things crop up. You know, as you can imagine, last year we had the social media ban, for instance. I imagine there'll be a training need associated with that. There might be other things that crop up as well. But I just want to share how grateful I am, how, you know, for the people who've, number one, joined us on our journey for workforce development, who have given us significant information, data, who have taken part in our training, who have taken part in any of our strategic groups, really strengthening the commitment to workforce development. So I am very, very thankful of that. And I don't take it for granted. I understand that, you know, it's you know, we're all busy people, but, you know, I've been in post for nearly 3 years. It's incredible. It'll be 3 years on the 15th of September. I'm sure I'll put a post on LinkedIn celebrating that. It's such for me personally, a huge achievement. But also, I think we've got many more years to come. We've got lots to do. I'll be hoping to work with colleagues all across the sector to help make some of this work as well. I've always been passionate about workforce development. It's always been one of my sort of babies, and I'll continue to work with you, if you're watching this, and others across the sector, to ensuring that we have a really active workforce across the youth work sector in Wales. So thank you very, very much for watching or listening. My reflections over the past 3 years, and more specifically this year, and what we got to look forward to. And again, if you want to get in touch, you can either get in touch with me through LinkedIn. My email is darryl.white@newlga.gov.uk. Also, you might see us on social media. So if you follow ETS Wales on, we've got tons. We've got Instagram, Facebook, but you can also follow the Youth Work Training Academy on TikTok. So feel free to go onto TikTok. We've got some really good videos of some of our training and interviews as well on there from our podcast as well. But also, wherever you listen to, you can also comment in the comment box, and I'll hope to respond. So thank you very much for listening. Have a really good rest of the summer, and I hope to see you all in the future at either one of our training events or our sort of training and learning events that we've got coming up across Wales, or just in general. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you all soon.